OK， 接下来真题自测的练习，我们选到了这组题叫做 Self-Regulatory Focus Theory and Leadership。好，那这组题呢，我们先完成一个词汇的练习哈。这一组名词呢，好，大家需要匹配它们正确的定义，在讲义上面完成这组词汇练习。好，大家有3分钟的时间。好的，第一个词的解释我们其实已经给出来了 ，avoidance。啊，但是 avoidance 其实来自于 avoid， 对吧？避免，所以说 avoidance 它的意思是 keeping away from or preventing from happening， 就是规避的意思。好，所以 avoid 变成了名词，叫做 avoidance。好，接下来 tendency。Tendency means a general change or development in a particular direction。好，就是朝着一个特定方向的一些变化和发展。好，其实就我们可以理解为就是趋势。好，接下来 promotion。Promotion is the encouragement of the progress or growth or acceptance of something。好，其实就是指的是促进的意思。好，它的动词是 promote， 我们知道 promote 就本身就是表示动词的促进的意思。好，然后 prevent 啊，我们知道是防止，所以 prevention 防止的名词。When something bad is stopped from happening， 好，当一些不好的事情就是阻止一些不好的事情的发生，叫做 prevention。好，接下来 aspiration。Aspiration means a strong desire or to have or achieve something。好，就指的是我们说的这种完成一个事的一个愿景。好，希望有一个强烈的动机去完成一个事情。好，接下来 innovation。Innovation means the introduction of a new idea or methods。 Innovation 就指的是我们说的革新。好，就是一些新的观点或者是新的方法的引入，就是 innovation 革新的意思。好，接下来 obligation。Obligation is the moral or legal duty to do something。 好，所以它指的是一种道德或者是法律上面的职责。好，所以整个更宏观的意思我们可以理解为就是我们说的义务。好， obligation 义务的意思。OK， 基于刚刚的词汇练习，我们接下来要做这套真题的自测。这套真题自测呢，我们简单拆解一下它的结构。这个主题叫做 Self-Regulatory Focus and Leadership。 好，这指的是这2个方面的关系。好，首先它会先告诉我们什么叫做 Self-Regulatory Focus Theory。 好，然后呢 Factors that affect people's focus 有分到2个不同的 factor， 逐一做解释。然后呢 How people's focus affect them， 好，又分到2个点，一个叫做 Promotion Focus， 一个叫做 Prevention Focus。 好，我们发现这个结构条理呢是非常清楚的。好，然后呢介绍到 leaders 分成2种类型，一种叫 transformational leaders， 一种叫做 transactional leaders。 好，最后做一个总结 conclusion。 好，所以在听这组题目之前，仍然大家要注意一下题干当中是否有些可以作为定位的信息。比方说他刚刚拆解出了这种非常细分的层级的结构。好，这种层级结构有可能就是一些并列的关系，它可以帮助我们作为定位。然后呢，题干当中哪些同义替换需要去预防我们需要标注出来。然后呢，空的处理呢里头包括仍然是词性和内容的预判。好，接下来我们播放这段音频，大家完成这段自测。
Section 4. You will hear part of a lecture about leadership introducing a theory called self-regulatory focus theory. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Today, I want to talk about self-regulatory focus theory and how the actions of leaders can affect the way followers approach different situations. Self-regulatory focus theory is a theory developed by Torrey Higgins. He says that a person's focus at any given time is to either approach pleasure or avoid pain. These are two basic motivations that each and every one of us has, and they cause us to have different kinds of goals. Promotion goals in different life situations emphasize achievement. Prevention goals are oriented towards the avoidance of punishment. In a specific situation, our thoughts might focus more on promotion goals or more on prevention goals. The theory suggests that two factors affect which goals we are focusing on. First, there is a chronic factor. This factor is connected to a person's personality and says that each person has a basic tendency to either focus more on promotion goals or focus more on prevention goals as part of his or her personality. Second, there is a situational factor, which means that the context we are in can make us more likely to focus on one set of goals or the other. For example, we are more likely to be thinking about pleasure and to have promotion goals when we are spending time with a friend. In contrast, if we are working on an important project for our boss, we are more likely to try to avoid making mistakes and therefore have more prevention goals in our mind. Research has shown that the goals we are focusing on at a given time affect the way we think. For example, when focusing on promotion goals, people consider their ideal self, their aspirations and gains. They don't think about what they can lose, so they think in a happier mode. They feel more inspired to change. When people are focusing on prevention goals, they think about their ought self. What are they supposed to be? What are people expecting from them? They consider their obligations to others. As a result, they experience more anxiety and try to avoid situations where they could lose. Now that I have talked about the two focuses and how they affect people, I want to look at the idea that the way leaders behave, or their style of leading, can affect the focus that followers adopt in a specific situation. In talking about leadership, we often mention transformational leaders and transactional leaders. Transformational leaders, when interacting with their followers, focus on their development. In their words and actions, transformational leaders highlight change. Their speech is passionate and conveys a definitive vision. All of these things can encourage followers to think about what could be. In other words, they inspire a promotion focus in their followers. In contrast, transactional leaders focus on developing clear structures that tell their followers exactly what is expected of them. While they do explain the rewards people will get for following orders, they emphasize more how a follower will be punished, or that a follower won't get rewarded if his or her behavior doesn't change. In short, they emphasize the consequences of making a mistake. This emphasis will clearly lead followers to focus on avoiding punishment and problems. This is clearly a prevention focus. In conclusion, it is important to understand that one focus is not necessarily better than the other one. For a designer who works in a field where a lot of innovation is needed, a promotion focus is probably better. In contrast, a prevention focus, which causes people to work more cautiously and produce higher quality work, might be very appropriate for a job like a surgeon, for example. The main point of the research, though, is that the actions of leaders can greatly influence whether people approach a situation with more of a promotion focus or more of a prevention focus.
That is the end of section 4. You now have half a minute to check your answers. That is the end of the listening test. In the IELTS test, you would now have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet.
好的，这组题目完成之后呢，还是再重申一下几个注意事项。好，还是一样的哈，咱们的定位和判断是属于这种常见的错题的原因。好，在核对完答案之后呢，这10个题当中找出哪些是因为定位没有做对的，哪些是判断方面出问题没有做对的。好，然后呢，找到这些出错的地方之后呢，看着原文去精听出错的位置，来分析这些定位和判断当中出现的问题。好，最后呢，去掉原文哈，单独的完整的听一遍，过一遍这个材料当中，从第一道题到最后一道题，每个地方需要做怎样的判断，好，定位的过程，语句判断的过程，包括里面的考点，里面的语音变化，好，咱们完整的去感受一下，把题全部做对的感觉。好的，我们的心理学讲座的解析就到这结束，谢谢大家。